Welcome back to the Conspiracy Meta with Disillusioned Druid. The theme of this week's episode is the New Age. Kicking off the week with a kick in the crotch, Biden's revenge struck back when he pardoned Fauci, Liz Cheney, and other sycophants that were too controversial to pardon before the midnight hour. Whether it's mob justice, the rod of Trump, or the hand of God, you can rest assured that Fauci and his litany of injustice have not escaped the scrutiny of the Almighty, nor the scrutiny of American citizens. Rand Paul declares this isn't over, but with Luigi's Gotham Justice in vogue now, who knows what the future has in store. Speaking of the future, upon inauguration on Monday, Trump has declared a new age, restoring TikTok just in time to commence a golden epoch of Aquarius in America and the world. Precisely 33,044 days after Hitler ascended to his dark throne, Dark MAGA has promised, without swearing on the Bible, to deliver us from the darkness of Satan to the false light of Lucifer. Trouble's coming to Toontown as resignations mount and controversies abound, with policies from mass deportation to the Gulf of America to undoing as much of Biden's labors as possible. Trump has come in like a wrecking ball to build something new. He's promised yet again, perhaps the seventh time, perhaps the most times of any president in history, to declassify every conspiracy you can name, and soon. As of recording this, we're still holding our breath over here. Simultaneous to his inauguration, the World Economic Forum annual meeting kicked off this week, starting off awarding David Beckham for his work championing children. I'm sure him and UNICEF have absolutely zero ulterior motives helping all those little African kids. Apart from clapping themselves on the back, Zelensky begged, Al Gore mongered, Pope Francis pontificated, Javier Milei snubbed his nose, and Trump spoke about finance and AI, while bankers, oil magnates, Big Pharma, and Coca-Cola discussed how interest rates are very normal and not going anywhere. And overall, our favorite sorcerer Klaus Schwab fostered a global discussion on the dawn of artificial general intelligence. That is, the ability for AI programs to sufficiently appear to think intelligently and make independent, unguided decisions. And if the most rich and powerful people are talking about AGI, you'll be talking about it soon. Keeping with artificial intelligence news, as Trump took office, most of our big tech CEOs were quite satisfied with the shape of things to come, with AI developments once again ramping up at breakneck speeds. Aside from the kid who used AI to help him make nuclear fusion in his kitchen, greater dangers to humanity lurk right around the corner for 2025, as Trump first rescinded Biden's guardrails on AI, then engaged Warpspeed through the Stargate, taking the funds he yoinked from Biden family laundering Ukrainian hryvnia and earmarking a cool $500 billion for his new tech cyber knights of the round table. Oracle, the CIA's personal big tech company, announced AI custom-designed mRNA miracle shots are coming. RFK, where are you? Sam Altman announced AI is going to control your PC autonomy soon, and Trump partnered America with SoftBank, a Japanese artificial intelligence Internet of Things company, to do God knows what. But that brings us to the meat of the matter this week. The artificial intelligence Internet of Things is here. The sad reality is few people have even begun to grasp the concept of the Internet of Things, present with us for almost 25 years now, and we've already evolved into the next phase. The Internet of Things was essentially smart devices everywhere, recording your basic information and key data points, and through CIA fronts, nefarious cyber marketing firms, and aristocrat and surveillance infrastructures, the idea was that capitalism was going to be able to cater the world of consumerism specifically to you, while also monitoring you. It worked in some degree, got us to where we are now, but now we have AI to contend with. While setting up the infrastructure and bandwidth for the IoT was the biggest obstacle it faced, getting those Alexas and Ring cameras in your homes was a 20-year venture. But now that the bandwidth barrier is solved, artificial intelligence can now pinpoint your personality and genetics in a fraction of a second, and the big tech overlords are hopeful this will bring MKUltra mind control to its final big boss form. The AIOT, as it's called in the industry, is the very deep state Black Mirror technopocalypse hell we were all warned about. Now, not only when you purchase shoes on Amazon can they predict what kind of t-shirt or toaster you might want to buy, they can predict your political leanings and your likelihood to commit a crime. This technology has been in the hands of select few since 2008, but now it's coming to the public sphere. And frankly, it's been here. If you haven't been to Disney World lately, since 2014, they've employed RFID chip technology to make sure the experience of eating, getting tickets, spending money, entering and exiting buildings is all contained in one digital ID attached to your hotel key or park pass. And we all know who was behind planning Disney World. How is this any different from what we are told about smart cities and the quote-unquote green digital utopia? An ID linked to a digital profile that can make faster than real-time predictions about spending habits and daily behavior. Throw in personalized healthcare, and you've got exactly what Trump proposed with Stargate this week. It will be presented to us like a necessity, like a good thing, like a relief. With AGI and agentic AI set to be released in waves this year, and all guardrails off now, you can start to see how this will go down. Misinformation will be at an all-time high. AI threats to national security will escalate at breakneck speeds. Manufactured psyops and crisis acting will give people tangible evidence at how lack of government control and digital verification is as dangerous as not wearing 2 masks 4 years ago. What's worse is the AIOT will not allow for anyone to participate in society who is not verified real. Remember when people were up in arms over vaccine passports? Now we got to worry about your verified real ID passport. And if you have to buy everything online and there's no one to talk to in the store about why you can't get out the door with your groceries,
hold on to your butts.
my advice? Just stay vigilant and don't fall for the promises of a golden age if only you would do X. If you're in the tech field, start making a backup plan. Otherwise, what can we all do but keep calm and carry on? Draining lakes and rivers just to maintain a holographic government to enslave and drug the populace against their wishes is the very definition of unsustainable. Hold the line and don't follow leaders. In good news, Vivek Ramaswamy, the big pharma rat fink, has been shooed out of the federal government, falling into disfavor with Trump and the general population, and feigning, I hope anyways, a gubernatorial run in Ohio to save face. Here's one swamp creature, thankfully, that won't be enjoying the sludge of the Potomac this go-round. If only we could have spared ourselves from a few other swamp things. Silk Road Ross Ulbricht was let out of prison 11 years, 3 months, and 22 days after he was arrested. Personally, not a fan of this, but I understand the appeal for Gen Xers. The reality is, Silk Road served as a wonderful venue for the feds to engage in entrapment, money laundering, smuggling, and all sorts of other untraceable activities. Ulbricht, like Assange, still breathes because he's still useful to someone. Don't believe me? Try asking Edgar Madison Welch, John McAfee, and Suchir Balaji what they think. This is the Conspiracy Meta podcast, and the state of the meta in conspiracy world is as follows. The political lines and alliances have once again shuffled and been redrawn, with a collective of leftists, conservatives, and centrists watching in horror as this new technocratic elite dystopia is rolled out, with the diehard MAGA fans revealing themselves for what they always were. And I've noticed the left has all but disappeared into the shadows, perhaps whimpering and licking their wounds for now. It makes you wonder, though, was the perceived extreme left movement just a band of paid actors and agents used as a propaganda arm of the government to enforce ludicrous ideologies? If you're a leftist, please speak up in the comments. Let me know you still exist. Wrapping up the week with Russian news, the digital biometric currency is here. May the disenlightened praise their cybernetic messiah. Tentatively starting June 30th, digital profiles containing personal and biometric data of Russian citizens and visitors will be created to better facilitate, quote, monitoring the status of migrants entering and exiting Russia, end quote. Well, diablo, where have I heard this shit before? Foreign citizens entering any port of Russia will be required to submit fingerprints and photographs, which will then enable them to use the national payment card system, or the Единое Biometric System, to be implemented later this year. Welcome to 2025. We're all just trying to survive out here. That's it for this week, or rather, that's enough. We're just ramping up, and I'm sure more surprises, plot twists, and reveals are waiting just around the bend. We'll be here reporting on it. In the meantime, remember to like, follow, subscribe, share these videos and all my clips with as many people as you think need to wake the fuck up to what's going on. Until next time, keep seeking truthers. You can find the answers you're looking for if you look hard enough.